Fantastic. We're going to start early. Cecil Pearson Jr. coming at you here live on YouTube. I hope each and every one of you are just as blessed as I am. We're still having to use the tablet because for some reason or another it won't accept the computer no matter what I do to it. So it is what it is, I guess. It is what it is, I guess. Morning, Neil. Morning, Lisa. Title of today's message is Just How Much. Hello, Kay. J. Bud Coonsey, he's my hope. Glad to see y'all. Anne Marie. Vincent. Lane. Good to see y'all too. Hello, Vino. Mercy. Having a good time with it. Somebody else sent me a bag of Lindor peppermint truffles yesterday. Those are very good. We appreciate that. I'd like to thank the person that sent me a couple of bags of sun-dried figs. Those are real good. Joey's coming in today to try to get water back to the house. We got water in the kitchen sink and water in the bathtub, but not hot water. And that's the only place we got water. So Joey's coming up to try to tend to that. I appreciate him. You might near got to be a midget to get under my house. There's plenty of crawl space under it, but the hole to get through ain't but about that wide. And it's a concrete block, so you can't just knock out a piece. Oh, he'll get it tended to. Guys, I want to talk with you about something that most people ain't even considered. Y'all ever think about Minister the Gangster, Dweffy, Brother Brent, Sister Chrissy? You guys ever think about just how special we really are? You ever think about that? And the care and the planning that had to go in to this planet that we live on? See, this is my proof that there is a God. This is my proof that creationism is real. And while being a geologist, I understand that this planet is far older than 6,000 years. Um, a lot of folks don't understand how God's time works. And we're not going to get into that today. Well, we might touch on it, but we're really not going to get into it today. But what I want you to look at is the planning and the preparation that had to take place. It's wintertime right now here in the United States of America. Trees are dead. Well, they're not dead. They're hibernating. You know what I mean. The grass is in hibernation. Everything's brown. All the leaves are gone. Got to be careful. I'm going to do it. All the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. I went for a walk. Sorry. But the leaves are gone and trees are bare. Fields are bare. Nothing's happening. Oh, that's April. Nothing's happening. Now, all of this can be found in Genesis chapter 1. God knew that in our United States of America, Canada, and Mexico, what the season was going to be. And he knew there would be no plant life to make oxygen for us to breathe. So he let it be warm in another section on the planet in order to create the oxygen that the world needs to live. Ever think about that? Ever think about the planning that he put into that? He knew we were going to need oxygen. So he created plants that would breathe our gas and make the gas that we need. See, we need the plant to survive, and the plant needs us to survive. Without each, we neither one can survive. And that's one thing I don't understand about vegans, and I'm not being funny. You eating what makes us oxygen. Why are you doing that? Why are you making the air thinner with every meal you have? I'm asking that question for real, because a lot of people don't look at it like that. At least when I eat a cow, I'm reducing greenhouse gas and increasing O2 levels. That was a joke. But seriously though, man cannot live without plants, and plants cannot live without man. See, it's a cohesive system. We rely on each other in order to survive. And God planned that out. God planned that out. He knew what was coming. You ever wonder how moisture gets evaporated up into the air? We've all studied high school and elementary school science. We know it's through evaporation that moisture rises up into the clouds. The clouds get so heavy with the moisture that they release the rain back down onto the planet. And the water runs back out to the ocean where it all begins again. We know how this works. But do you know why it works? You know how, but why? Because God knew we were going to need water. He knew our bodies were going to depend on it. He knew the animals and the plants were going to depend on it. God knew this. And he stabilized it and fixed it. But one of the things that most people don't look at is our gravity. Let's look at our gravity. Our bodies walk around on the earth, on sidewalks and roads and in our homes, and we don't float away. How? Gravity. Why? Because God knew we were going to need it. So when he created the planet, he created the gravity. Can't you just picture him up there now going, well, I've made this. Stuff keeps trying to pop up. I tell you what, I'm just going to make it where everything stays on the ground. And then he done that. And he created gravity. Because he didn't want us little bitty humans getting slung off this spinning globe out into nothingness. Think about the work and the planning that had to go into the creation of this planet. And then tell me it formed itself. I'll wait. I got a sack of Jolly Ranchers right here. I'm going to sit and shake this sack of Jolly Ranchers for 4.7 billion years. I'm going to shake this sack of Jolly Ranchers. In 4.7 billion years, when I open this sack up, these Jolly Ranchers are going to be turned to dust. Ain't going to be nothing left. See, right now, they still just Jolly Ranchers, but there won't be nothing left. I heard a preacher give a real good explanation for this. Is you take a pocket watch and disassemble it, and you put it in a bag, all the parts, all the springs, all the cogs, everything goes into the bag, and you shake that bag for 4.7 billion years. What's the chances of turning that bag out and there being a fully formed, on time pocket watch inside that bag? That's your chances. Zero. This planet was created by grand design. It was created by the Heavenly Father as a home for us and the animals. No one will ever be able to convince me any different. God created the water. He created warmth from the sun and light from the sun and UV rays from the sun. He created darkness by setting the planet into motion. He created the clouds, the firmament. He created everything that you see and things that you can't. God created all of this. And he had it all worked out in his mind before he ever spoke the first word. He knew how it all would end. He knew the Battle of Armageddon would be fought. He knew all about Gog and Magog. He knew about the tribulation. He knew about the great flood. He knew about the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. He knew about everything before it ever began. God knew. God knew. God knew your name before you were ever formed in your mother's womb, before you were ever a twinkle in your daddy's eye. God knew you. And God loved you. And God prepared a way for you. He didn't leave you here lonely. He didn't leave you here alone. He didn't leave you here to face the devil with no help. God, thank you, Heavenly Father. God Himself is with us. Well, Brother Cecil, I sure don't see Him. Maybe you don't. But maybe, just maybe, you should go look in a mirror. You want to see God? Go look in a mirror. Because we are formed in His image. As different as we all look, some of us ugly, some of us pretty, we're formed in God's image. If you want to see God, go look in the mirror. Because God, you're formed in His image. You want to feel God love somebody unconditionally. Anybody, pick anybody you want and love them unconditionally. And you'll be able to feel God. You want to touch God. You want to reach out and touch the face of God. Then pray. Not one of these 5-minute microwave prayers. Get down on your knees and pray until the sweat comes as great drops of blood. Put work in it. Pray. Fast. Pray and fast some more. Pray and fast some more. And keep praying until you pray through. And when you touch God, son, that's something you won't ever forget. Daughter, that's a feeling that there is none other. You know, at my lowest times after my wife died, when I felt that I was completely and totally alone, in the dead of night, sitting there on that Georgia porch, off in the distance, I'd hear a whippoorwill. And somehow or another, that whippoorwill's song would fall on my ears, and I would hear, I am here. not whippoorwill. I am here. I am here. I am here. I am here. Even in our greatest hours of need, God is there. He's there to share in your joy. He's there to share in your sorrow. He's there to share in your triumphs and your defeats. He's there. Brent and I were talking the other day, and I told him I didn't like this new me, and I don't. I cry at the drop of a hat. The mere thought of the love of God for somebody like me makes me weep. Watching animals ask humans for help, and humans reach out and help these animals. It melts my heart. It just melts it. Makes me cry. A good episode of Blue Bloods can have me crying like a whipped baby. I never used to do that. Never. And Brent said, maybe God is softening our heart and giving us the mercy that we're going to need for the coming days. Maybe God's softening us. Or maybe we're becoming more like Him and learning how to love and how to feel. I really would like to think it's the latter, that I'm becoming more like my Father and learning how to love and how to feel. But I don't like this one little bit. Full grown man. Full grown man blubbering like an idiot. I don't care much for that. It's not a. That's not how I was raised. Wow, that's about enough now. God, I believe, is working a miracle in a whole bunch of us. And He's changing that heart so that we can have the compassion and the mercy necessary to be the city on the hill. But you'd be surprised how many people don't want it. They don't want to be that city on the hill. They don't want to be the light, the beacon of hope. They want to be left alone and left to their own devices. And I'm sorry, but I don't get it. I don't understand how anybody can touch the hem of God's garment, can feel the joy of the Lord, and turn around and walk away from it. That makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me at all. I'll never understand that. God should be your rock. He should be your safe place. He should be your water when you're thirsty, your food when you're hungry. He should be your comforter when you're afraid. He should be your doctor when you're sick. He should be the love of your life when you're lonely. He should be everything, your best friend, your confidant, your secret keeper. God should be all these things to you. And He wants to be all these things to you. Look at the care and the careful planning He put into creating just where you live. Just where you live. People say Benjamin Franklin discovered electricity by flying a kite with a key on it. Bull pudding. Give me just a minute. Joey let me know how far out he was. Benjamin Franklin didn't discover electricity. God made it. God knew there was electricity and lightning the whole time. See, man, it took them thousands of years to catch up on it and realize, hey, that stuff's hot. I should probably not touch that. God created the waters that we drink, the food that we eat. He created the system called the integumentary system. The what? Integumentary system. It's where you put food in one end and it comes out the other, but your body gets the nutrients as it passes through. My granddaddy used to say that was a turd song. This world is not my home, I'm just a passing through. I'll wind up in a toilet made of someone's poo. And that was my granddad. My grandma didn't like it, not much at all, but I always thought it was funny. Still is. And I guess if you can think that and think that it's funny, I guess we are the same then, aren't we? But this is what we face. God created us in such a way that, think about it for a minute, just you. You get something in your nose runs water to flush it out. You get something in your eye tears up to wash it out. You've got taste buds. So if you put something nasty in your mouth that's poisonous, you can taste the bitterness and you'll spit it out rather than consume it. He lets us know when things are too hot or too cold by our sense of touch. He lets us know when something smells delectable. Like my wife used to when she'd get out of the shower and put on her cucumber melon body spray. I always told her she smelled like a salad and that I sure did love salad. Or if it smells awful, like you should go change your drawers, you've done pooped in your pants, that really wasn't a fart. Oh, Richard. He gave us ears to hear when stuff's sneaking up on us. He gave you something called a sixth sense to make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up when danger is close and you can't even see it, but your body can feel it. God put a lot of planning into you, and you're just insignificant compared to this planet. God built everything here just for us. Just for us. Well, we're dumber than the box rocks and can't see it. Guys, God put a lot of work in. Don't let his work be wasted. Look at it. Admire it for what it is. Hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this message. We only got 18 of them and there's 39 folks in here. I'd like to give a slight report. I have enough to order the incubator. I still got to get the hatcher, but I have enough to order the incubator. And we're going to be getting that done. But I promised that I'd keep everybody updated. We still got a long way to go. Guys, I love you, not nearly as much as God, but I love you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the little bell icon, click all, and you'll be notified when I go live or upload videos. No super chats came in today, but if they had, that's how we eat. Down in the description of every video, if you'd like to support the ministry and my family, is how to do so. There's the post office box that Brother Brent shared. There's the email address that works at PayPal. There's a link for PayPal. There's a link for all three of my books found over on Amazon in paperback or electronic version. But if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can read all three of them for free. Then over there on Facebook, there's Instant Messenger, the plus sign and the dollar sign, and that just tell it how much you want to send, and it goes into the bank without any fees, and we appreciate that. Guys, I love you. Not nearly as much as God, but I love you. And I'll see y'all all tomorrow. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Bye now.